Hi Monster Flicks, I'm Mike and this is Alex.
And we're the directors of Ice Cream on the Beach.
It's Halloween. Nothing bad ever happens on Halloween.
Ice Cream on the Beach.
So you want to know how we got into movie making?
How did we get into movie making?
Well, when I was a kid, I started making little videos. I had a thing called a Tyco video cam. Used to plug straight into the VCR. And I used to make little things. And then I went to college and met you.
Yeah, similar thing. As a little kid, I really wanted to do something with films, whether that was acting or doing something behind the camera. I didn't have a camera though, so it mostly just involved us running around pretending we were filming things. So we both met in college. We started making short films together in college. We then went to university and we started making short films in university together as well. Then we left university and started working together separately.
And we wrote the script for Ice Cream on the
and
Beach.
while we were
worked
working together, we were writing the scripts, which coincidentally was based on the same idea that we made films of in college, and you made films of
when I was a child. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long route to get here, I think. So our movie is a tribute to sort of really bad 80s video store slasher movies. The idea is that Ice Cream on the Beach is a tape of a long forgotten film that someone's found and is watching. Do you want to explain?
So it looks kind of awful and got tracking lines on it. And
what's the film about?
So the film centres on a character called Emily. Her father has disappeared 10 years prior to the start of the story, and she's trying to get answers. And as she finds out more and more, her friends start getting picked off one by one by an unknown killer.
Yeah, and as the film goes on, it gradually gets more and more silly. So
there's lots of twists and turns, but they're all of the silly variety.
So what inspired us to make it was just kind of a love of those sort of films. I think that's kind of one of the things we really bonded over, was that love of basically any sort of 80s horror, and the sort of trashier and gorier the better. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? So I guess we've just started as an official company. So Tears Films has just begun. Ice Cream on the Beach is the first feature we've ever done. We've just shot a short film, but we kind of want to build the company from there, really. We've got a few things on the cards that we'll talk about in a minute, including another feature. We're also going to be we're offering post-production services to other horror films. Hopefully it's something we're going to start doing. We've got one.
Yeah, we're working on another feature as editors.
Yeah, so hopefully that's going to be something we start doing more of. 5 years, what would be the big thing to be doing?
Hopefully we've got a bigger portfolio of films by then. We've worked on more features.
Yeah. Well, we've only got I think 4 exploding heads in Ice Cream on the Beach. So in 5 years' time, we'll just 5 times that.
That
20 exploding heads per film. So name a filmmaker that inspires you. It's actually a really hard question because Ice Cream on the Beach is inspired by so many different people. I think. So what did we really take from? I guess there's elements of John Carpenter in there.
Yeah.
Sean Cunningham, because there's quite a few little Friday the 13th references in there.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff really, Mario Bava a little bit, because one of the original kills in the first scripts was taken directly from A Bay of Blood. There's little bits of Argento in there with all the colour lighting and stuff.
There's a bit, I think, particularly towards the end, there's a bit of Raimi in there with the Evil Dead.
Yeah, we're definitely very influenced by Sam Raimi.
So I think Sam Raimi would probably be the person I would say.
Yeah, so probably all of the directors are the big influences on this. Okay, so in terms of upcoming projects, we've just signed on to do post-production for a film called Witches of the Sands. Which
is directed by Tony Marden, who's in our short film The Allotment.
Yep. We've just done a short film called The Allotment. It's very difficult to actually make anything in the current climate, but we just wanted to do something, so we literally went out with a mobile phone, a handful of actors, and just spent an afternoon making a short film. That was really fun. And we are just in the process of doing pre-production on our next feature called Mosaic, which hopefully by the time you see this video there might be some news out about. Yeah, thank you so much for showing the film. Really exciting.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I hope the audience enjoyed it. Sorry this is a bit late.
Bye.
Bye.